Hey everyone, I'm Yemi Janae. Today we're going to talk with you about ET shootout preparations. That's right. Whenever there's a fight, people prepare. They work out, they psych themselves out, they psych themselves up, they go on to the gym, all the things. Whatever is appropriate for the fight. Well, the ETs are no different. They prepare for what's coming. Those of you who have been following our work here at Farsight for a while know that we have identified two general groupings of extraterrestrials, the ones we call the good ETs and those who we call the bad ETs. Also, you know that we have long been working with the good ETs to help force disclosure for this planet so that everyone can know that these extraterrestrials are real and that they're here. You know that we have long stated that full disclosure will result in a physical conflict between the good ETs and the bad ETs. They're going to fight, and all of humanity will watch it happen right before our very eyes. Well, the good ETs and the bad ETs both know that this fight is approaching. They are not blind to this, and they don't need us at Farsight to tell them that this is coming. There is currently a Cold War between the two ET groupings, and they know that this is eventually going to turn into a hot war. The bad ETs are the ones with written agreements between themselves and the U.S. government and some other governments. And the good ETs are the ones who have been completely shut out of human political leadership. The good ETs are counting on disclosure to change all of that. When the human masses rise up and demand that the previous arrangement with the bad ETs be discarded. So since both the good ETs and the bad ETs know that a confrontation is going to happen, it is useful for us humans to know what each side is doing to prepare for this, and that is exactly what this project is all about. ET Shootout Preparations. Now, isn't that glorious? You don't get cool things like this from the mainstream news or from the government. This stuff doesn't even really need to be exclusive to Farsight, but since no one else is doing it currently, this is the only place where you can get that deep news. What's even better is that it is all true. Whether you believe it or not, you will eventually see it all play out right in front of you. So hang tight for this preview of what is to come. In this project, we focus mostly on what the bad ETs are doing to prepare for the conflict. We sort of already know a little bit of what the good ETs are doing, since they're mostly trying to get this disclosure thing to happen. Are you seeing any drones lately? Actually, so speaking of these so-called drones, notice how the good ETs are using ships that sometimes have many colored lights. We assume that this is to make sure that you see them. They're obviously trying to communicate with us humans. Now, we assume that the bad ETs are spending their time trying to stop the disclosure thing from happening, which means that they're not trying to communicate with us, but they are doing something. So we really want to know exactly what it is that they're doing. It really helps us to understand their side of the equation, so to speak. Remember that all Farsight projects are done totally blind using instrument blinding protocols, which you can read about on our website, farsight.org. We consider this superior to blind or double blind since it enables our viewers to work solo. Solo and blind is best. Farsight remote viewers know nothing about the target or the nature of the project when they're doing their work, and they conduct their video sessions completely alone in the studio. Now, all remote viewing sessions have a target. Since all remote viewing work done at Farsight is done blind, the viewers obviously do not know the target when they're doing their work. But you need to know the target when you watch them describe their data so you can follow along. For this project, the target has one focus. Focus 1 is the most significant activity by the bad ETs to prepare for the upcoming conflict with the good ETs. And the target time is December 2024 through August 2025. So let's dive in, starting with a session by Intisam and then Aziz Brown, myself. This is what the bad ETs are doing to prepare for whatever they are expecting to happen in connection with their conflict with the good ETs. Here are the sessions. Watch them closely. All the details matter. And please remind yourself consistently that Farsight is data driven. We do not do the he said, she said stuff. We don't tell you what we heard on some reliable source. All of those things can be manipulated. What we show you here is raw data that we collect ourselves, and then you can make up your own mind.